Hi. Good evening, Wahe crew. How are you? Happy Moon Day. It's Monday. Ruled by the moon. That's why I love to teach yin yoga on Mondays because it's already in that lunar energy. So sometimes Mondays are really busy. It's actually one of my favorite days of the week. I always get a lot done and I feel um, happy. But I'm a moon child, I'm a moon baby. So, yeah, we're going to do some yin. We're going to stretch the big muscles of the body and the joints and the ligaments and the tendons. So, yin is really important for a sustainable flexibility because if you're always getting warm and hot and then stretching, that's great also. But then your body, when it gets cold, starts to shrink back into its inflexibility. So when you do yin yoga, it's a little more sustainable and it works not only on the muscles, it goes deeper into the joints, the tendons, and the ligaments. So, and it's very relaxing if you're an A type person and you're always busy and active yoga, hot yoga. Yin is a really nice way to balance out and to calm your adrenal glands and to practice that other side of the yin yang. So let's get started. I recommend having a blanket. If you want, have your blanket and your dog. Hopefully, she doesn't bark. Um, and a yoga bolster if you have one. If you don't have a yoga bolster, you can just get a cushion from your couch, those kind of like firmer cushion um, couch cushions. Or if you don't have that, if you just have pillows or blankets, you can use them and stack them. And then yoga blocks are nice too for when you're stretching. If you can't quite reach the floor, you can use the props, the blocks to elevate the floor to you. So I'm looking forward to class. I am so sore because I taught booty yoga yesterday, which is like a yang yoga, super active, and I hadn't taught it in a couple weeks. So I am so sore. So let's get to it. Find a comfortable seat. If sitting on the ground is not comfortable, you can sit up on your pillow. And I have my pillow just pushed up against my lumbar spine to support me. I don't need to sit on it, but it's like a little extra length to my spine. Close your eyes down. Start to breathe in and out through the nose. You can incorporate the mouth. If you have a lot of tension or heat or exasperation from your day, from your life, exhale through the mouth. That is a bigger release. Close the eyes down. And just start to feel your body. Notice if your body feels pleasant. Maybe there is discomfort or things happening in your body that are really loud. You can observe what those are, breathe into them. And do your best to soften through this class tonight. Try not to force any postures. Try not to strive or reach or get an intention or an idea around the class. Just become calm, become open to whatever comes up for you tonight in your practice. It's a more of an opening. I like to picture my crown chakra as a thousand petaled lettuce. Lotus is what I meant to say, but we have that joke about a thousand petaled lettuce. And then we just let any cosmic consciousness pour in through that crown chakra. So it's like we're taking this time to slow down. Maybe we get downloads. Maybe we get a blank mind, which is a beautiful gift. So keep breathing, become open in your mind, become open in your heart. Feel soft in your body, no need to strive or force anything. We're going to do a sitali, a cooling, calming breath. So you'll round your lips, making them almost like you're drinking through a straw, and pull the air in through your mouth. When the breath is full and you feel your whole body full, close your mouth. Eyes will remain closed and you'll exhale through your nose. So we're going to pull the air in through the mouth like a little straw. Close the mouth, retain that fresh, cool, moist air, and exhale through the nose. Continue. You're rounding your tongue if you can, and you're sipping in the air. Exhale through the nose. And just keep this rhythm. Do your best to inhale fully so your whole body will expand. And then hold that cool air in your body and do your best to exhale the breath all the way out. And there's a little squeeze at the bottom of the exhale. So just continue. I'm going to do a couple rounds without talking so that I get the benefits. Do 3 more rounds on your own. You might even make like a little whistling sound as you're pulling the breath in. Last round. Let the breath return to normal, in and out through the nose. Notice if your body feels any cooler. Removing excess heat from the organs. Inhale, start to sweep your arms out and up. Reach high, take a bend into that right elbow and place the right palm wide at the back of the heart. The left fingers will grab that right elbow and pull it in. And I want you to focus your breath under the right armpit. So you're breathing into the lymphs, you're breathing into the pectorals. Keep your neck and throat soft. Breathing in and only pulling as much as comfortable. We're going to be here for a couple rounds. Eyes closed down. Use your inhale to release, taking the arms high, and then exhale, sweep them wide and all the way to the ground, letting your fingertips rest on the ground. Noticing any difference in your right and your left side. Inhale up to balance them out. Now the left elbow bends and that palm is wide. You're trying to connect the energy of the palm to the back of your heart. So it might not reach, but when we grab the elbow with the right fingers and we pull it in, we keep the left fingers open and extended, and then we breathe into that whole axillary region. Breathe into the limbs, breathe into the underarms, keep the left palm open, follow your breath. Two more deep breaths into that whole arm. You might feel it in your traps. And release with an inhale, arms come up. There's a flash of energy. Take the hands down. Slow to extend the legs. Great job if you kept them crossed and tucked up the whole time. That can be a lot. So take your legs wide as they'll go. And I invite you to feel your feet turn on just for a moment in deflection. And then notice how that feels. So you can do the opposite. Let the toes go. Take your bolster, your pillow if you want it, and bring it in front of your body so that you can use it to support yourself. So as you fold forward, check that you're not turning your feet on and start to lower down, bringing as much softness into your spine and into your low back as you can. So my head doesn't quite reach the bolster, so I'm just going to stack my fists and make a little pillow for my head so that I can feel supported to totally let go. Maybe you can lay flat down. Maybe you have to get a little bit of elevation to your prop, whatever you're using, and just hold. Soften your feet. Soften your breath. And we're just going to be here for a while. So if you tend to fidget, most of us do, and continue to adjust, try to let go of the fidgeting and just stay still. Sitting through any discomfort, sitting through any thoughts, or if you get an itch or a tickle in your body, just let it go. Try to ignore it. Breathe into the pelvis and wherever you feel the stretch. Let the emphasis be on your exhales. Soften through your jaw. Soften the back of your throat. Come back to that opening of the crown of your head, that 1,000-petaled lettuce. And just let that energy, that download, whatever information that you're wanting to download into your being today, let it come in through your crown. Let it come in through the cosmos, the top of the head. Take 5 more breaths. Breathe into the space where your sits bones are touching the ground and breathe horizontally. See if you can feel the glutes and that lower body really open and expand. Last big breath. Focus on your exhale. And slowly, as you inhale, rise up. Legs will feel vulnerable. Notice what you feel in your body as you come up. And then flex your feet and just start to rotate the feet. My feet are not on the screen or on camera, but just try to circle the whole feet at the joint, at the ankle joint. Circle them. Yeah, feel that fluidity in the ankles. Go the opposite way. You can do wrist too. I'm doing wrist at the same time. Just hydrating. You might get little popcorn sounds. And then release. We're going to come down to laying on our backs. And I want you to use your pillow so that it's right under your spine. It's like an extension of your spine. And you're going to tuck your sits bones up to it. And then you're going to recline back onto it. And first, start with the feet on the mat and your butt on the ground. So you don't want the butt up on the bolster. You actually want your sits bones to be touching down on the ground. It creates a big back bend. It brings the bolster, the pillow, into that lumbar spine where we already have a natural curve. Feet are pressing into the mat, knees are to the sky. And then just bring your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, and let the arms fall back. So this broadens the chest again. It's a big back bend. So breathe into the heart. And if this feels a lot on your body, maybe stay or adjust your legs. If you want to deepen your stretch, I'm going to take a half hero's pose. So I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to bring it back towards the heel so that that right knee is pointing forward, and then I'm going to lay back. So this is a really deep quad stretch. Like I said, I'm extremely sore from teaching the booty yoga. So this is going to open up these big muscles, the whole knee and the ankle joint. And this might be way too much for you. If you have any knee injury or strain, don't do this, okay? And sometimes you can do both legs at the same time, but we're just going to do one at a time. Feel supported on the bolster, feel open through your chest, and focus on the breath. Let the exhales be really long and feel all of that nice space you're making in your body as you exhale. We have 5 more breaths on this side, so utilize your breath. Let it be big and deep. We're not forcing it, but we're giving it all of this space. The ribs are open, the lungs are open, the abdomen has space so the diaphragm can move. Side out if it feels good. And if the arms are still overhead, bring them down by the side. We're going to let that right arm help the right leg to come out of the bed. Bring both feet back to the mat. And just bring the knees right to left. Really slow. So we want to move super slow in this yin practice to be able to feel all of the vulnerability and the different tiny, subtle sensations. Take 2 more rounds. And then when the knees come back to center, you can keep your feet rooted, or you can start to take that left heel, bring it back towards the outer edge of that left hip. Right leg can extend. This is a half Virasana, hero's pose. And if your chest feels open and this is too much for your shoulders with arms up, just keep your arms at the side. See if you can settle in. Try not to fidget. Try not to constantly move or adjust. I have that tendency. Eyes get itchy. Something tickles my arm. I will move. Well, the goal is just to kind of sit, witness it, and be still. So feel the legs, feel the back bend, and slow your breath down. Three more deep breaths on this side. Do your best to expand with the inhale and fully release, making space with the exhale. You can allow for sound to be released as you exhale, really coming into the sensations in your body. Sometimes we don't make a sound because we're worried about who's around or what it will sound like. But if you're practicing at home, it's good to practice that. Just, side out. Last breath. Slowly start to release. If that left foot is back, you can push it out with your hands, with your feet. Woo! Bring both feet to the mat. Windshield the knees right to left, super slow, so you can feel that flush after the stretch, the aftermath of the posture. And then heel toe the feet together. So the soles of the feet come together, arms come down by your sides, and your hands are for support to help you press up. So now the feet are together in Baddha Konasana. And if this feels really a lot on your legs and your hips, you can place your yoga blocks under your knees to support you. If you prefer to have a deeper stretch, you can place a yoga block underneath your feet when they're touching. So this is definitely an advanced yin posture because it brings a deeper stretch into the ankles and the hips. And then we're going to bow forward without reaching, right? We're not pulling or reaching. We're just softening like a rag doll. Let your spine round and let the space along the spine open. Soften your head, soften your gaze, and just breathe. Breathe and relax. My doggy is breathing and relaxed too. It's a good moon day to soften and settle as we come up on this full moon on Thursday. Take some time to reflect and recharge yourself. Long deep breath, let your head go. Breathing through any distractions. If you can hear the construction outside, they're working on the county building. But it's okay, right? We learn to meditate and we learn to keep our peace and our peace of mind and our quietude even amongst the chaos, right? You think about the yogis in India and it is chaos. Cows in the street, honking horns, so many things happening, but you can still come into center and come into quiet. Tap in. Soften your spine and your tongue for 5 more breaths. Slowly start to come up. I don't know if that was 5 breaths. I wasn't counting, but release your feet and slowly start to meet me in a tabletop position. If you have sensitive knees, bring a blanket under your knees so that they're not hurting when you press them into the mat. Thank goodness for yin yoga. I can't even move fast if I wanted to. Press into your hands, press into your knees. Lower your abdomen, lift your head. And then exhale round. Inhale, belly to the earth, tail and crown to the sky. Really extend. Exhale to round. Couple more opening, pulling the breath in and exhale round. Last two, open and close. Walk your knees wide. Suggested to grab your pillow, bring it in front of your body. Knees are wide. We're going to take child's pose onto the bolster. And before you settle in, cross your right arm underneath and cross your left arm over top. And so you're going to let the heart, back of the heart open. Let your chin come close to your chest. It's going to rest on the arms. And we're just going to breathe. So if this does not feel like a stretch for you, shift your weight forward so that the cross of your arms is directly in front of your heart. Then soften down. Turn off the hands. Make sure that they're relaxed. Breathe into the shoulders. Breathe into the heart. Do your best to let your whole body relax. The mind is quiet and mimicking the body. So, not moving fast, just open and relaxed. Hmm. Hmm. Lift the head slightly. We're going to switch the arms so you can keep the left arm where it is. Slow, slide the right arm out and bring it over top. And readjust the cross of your arms. So if you're falling to one side, try to become centered. Knees stay wide. You have the tops of your feet and your toenails pressing into the ground. We're in child's pose. The tail is heavy. And then we settle down through the chest and we open up through the back of the heart. Breathing a lot. Making sure to allow for any audible exhale if it feels good. Letting that expression of the sensation come through. Last two breaths, breathing, really exhaling to find space in those shoulders, in the chest. Slowly start to come out. Ooh, when we move slowly, we notice all the vulnerabilities. Oh, wow. Take your hands and support your chin so your elbows are close by, and just rest your whole chin in your hands. So you feel the back of your neck come into compression and the front of your throat open. Close your eyes down. The teeth will be coming together, but just breathe through the nose. Slowly release. We're going to flip our toes under and start to press back. Go slow. Ooh, go gentle. Take it into a squat. So if your body doesn't squat because you have hurtful knees or you just haven't practiced it in your life, you can take your pillow and you can sit on it. But the goal is to get flat feet. Toes are pointing forward, not totally horizontal. They're pointing forward so that you're not janking up your knees and your ankles. Come into squat and just bring in a little bit of movement to open the ankles and the heels and the calf muscles. So this area can get super tight if you walk a lot or hike a lot. Even if you're sedentary, you can get really a lot of tension and blockages in the feet because gravity, right? It's pulling all of that down. And that's all of that spent, yucky blood and lymph that needs to be pushed up. So we're going to squat for 2 more breaths. You can keep the movement. It's not fidgeting, it's actually active and intentional movement to open the calcaneal tendon, also known as Achilles tendon. And then take it to center. Start to straighten your legs. Keep your feet as wide as you like, but point your toes forward and just fold over your legs. You definitely want to turn your neck off, letting gravity take your head. Feel your hamstrings. Try to get your tail to point to the sky. So we're not like rounding in our back as much as we're hinging from our hips and folding. And check my head. It's not turned on. My gaze, if I need somewhere to look, is past and through my knees. Soften your arms. We have 5 more breaths. Forward fold is so cooling to the system and stretching of that lifeline from your heels up the back of your legs, up your spine, all the way over the crown of your head to your 2 eyes. Big exhales. Do your best to relax your spine, feeling space between each vertebra. Last 2 breaths here. Breathe as deeply as you can without forcing. When you're ready, start to walk your hands forward so you can bring your knees back to the mat. Sit on the heels if possible, feeling upright in your spine. So this can be a lot for your ankles. Maybe you can't even sit that way. It's okay. Just try. If you can't sit this way, take a block and bring it under your butt. Left ear to left shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder. Ooh, can get a little adjustment. Left side. Exhale when you drop your head. And notice my spine. I'm not leaning, right? I'm isolating the head and the neck. So the spine is staying upright. Central axis. Last one left. And right. Back to center. Sweep your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers behind you. And roll your shoulders together. Thread those thumbs down your sacrum all the way like you're trying to get knuckles to the earth. Take your chin up. Breathe. Take the breath into the collarbones, the front of the chest. Exhale, start to bow forward. Keep those fingers interlaced. If you feel like you're going to face plant, engage your core a little bit more and try to bring your forehead down to the ground. Roll to the top of your head, that 1,000 petal letters, and lift your arms to the sky. Bring your hands back to your low back. Release them. Press the hands into the ground so you can come all the way up. Look to the right and look to the left. And now come down to your back. If you have a wall near you that's accessible, we're going to do Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. If you don't have a wall near you, you can grab a chair or you can flip around if your couch is right there and take your butt up to the base of the couch or the base of the chair, and then let your legs rest. So if you're in a chair, if you're using a chair, the back of your knees is going to rest on the seat and your legs will be bent. If you're using the wall, your legs are going to be straight up the wall, and try to get your butt as close to the wall as you can. So it's definitely dependent on your flexibility level. You really want your whole low back to be touching the ground. You want your back, your spine, your heart, and the back of your head to rest on the ground. Arms are out to the sides with the palms up, and there's room for your armpits to breathe. Getting the feet up above the heart, up above the hips, and just really let them rest. Feel gravity pulling any stagnation down, out of the feet, the ankles, the calves, all the way to recycle it back to the heart. So you might even see this circular flow of energy. So it's going to go around from your head to your feet, down the legs, up the pelvis to the heart. So I'm making this circle with my hands. You can, or you can just envision it. We can envision this circle of energy flowing, this continual movement, letting any blocks, varicose veins, any blocks in the veins, just clear. And just let your breath settle in. recommended posture for everyone. It's so rejuvenating, restorative, relaxing for the nervous system. We'll be here about 10 more breaths because it's so delicious. Zero effort. Focusing on your exhales. Let your mind be calm. Try not to overthink anything or plan for what you're doing later. Try to just be here in your body. Be with this flow, this circular energy that's washing stagnation down the legs, around and up and back down. Keep breathing. 5 more breaths. Let your back release. If you have low back pain, sciatica, this is a really good one to help relieve it. When you're ready to come out, just bend the knees one at a time. Bring your feet to the wall, or if they're on a chair, and just start to rock right to left as you push yourself away from whatever was supporting your legs. It's like a rock, right to left, right to left, and come laying flat on the ground. It should feel really good. Legs are wide. And just let it all go. This is your Shavasana. So we've been relaxing the whole class, but now it's the very end. And you get to relax all the way. Maple's been relaxing the whole class. So make sure you relax. Shavasana is the integrative part of the practice. Soften as much as you can. Be as relaxed as you can. Take from my doggy. And just rest and melt until you hear my voice bringing you back. And if it doesn't feel good laying on your back, you can always lay on your stomach. Sometimes taking Shavasana laying on your stomach is just as beneficial. Feel your body connecting with the earth, letting the earth recharge you. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings be happy and free. Peace, peace, peace be with you on this happy moon day. Thank you for practicing. If you enjoyed this video, you can like it and subscribe to our channel, wahecrew.com. If you'd like to donate for the practice, you can find the link for Venmo or PayPal. These classes are free to everyone, yoga for the people, and we are not selling anything. We're just here to support you. So thank you so much for practicing, and many blessings on this beautiful Monday. Namaste.